Hello, my friends. I started a new baby blanket and I wanted to show you how to work this pattern. And I couldn't wait to finish it because sometimes it takes me so long and it's just the same pattern that repeats itself. So, yeah, I don't really have to finish it to make the video. So, let me show you the pattern in close, how it looks. And I'll show you how to do this nice border as well. And this is how it looks at the back side. And yeah, if you like this pattern, now let's begin doing a mini version of it so we can do it together. Let's go. So I started by casting on 20 stitches. I suggest that for this pattern, you also start by casting on an even number of stitches, okay? So for the borders, let's talk about it before we start. If you're on the right side of this project, the first two stitches on the right side you will slip. Okay, you won't do anything. And the last two, you will knit. And when you're on the wrong side, the first two, you will slip. And the last two, you will purl. Okay, please write this down somewhere. And this is all you have to do to have these good looking edges. Okay. So because this pattern has this bumpy look, at the bottom I start with several rows of garter stitch. To have garter stitch, I do purl stitch on the right side and purl stitch on the back side. So I'll do that for 3 or 4 rows and then I'll start the pattern, okay? So let's begin now together. So this is going to be my front side, okay? This is going to be my back side. If this is the back side, the first 2 stitches, I will just slip like this. Sorry for the sound. Okay. And then the rest, I will start to purl because I'm doing garter stitch for the bottom rows. Okay, so I start purling. I will purl the whole row. And when I come to the end, I will purl these two. Why? Because I'm at the back side. The first 2 stitches we slip and the last 2 we purl. At the front side, the first 2 we slip, the last 2 we do knit stitch. That is not for this pattern, that is for this good looking borders, okay? So after I finish this, I will turn back and do purl stitch again to have a garter stitch. In order to have garter stitch, as you know, you can either do purl stitch on the front and back or knit stitch at the front and back. I have a tutorial for garter stitch. I will attach it here. So if you need to watch that, you can watch that as well. So we're at the wrong side and these are the last 2. So we do purl with them. We purl those 2 stitches. Done. Now we turn back. This is going to be my front side. At the front side, I just slip the 2, 1, 2, and at the front side. So I turn around. I'm at the right side right now, okay? So for the borders, I will slip the 2, 1, 2, take the yarn at the front, and I will do purl stitch all round long because I want to have a good looking garter stitch. Okay. So let's finish this row as well. And once we do this for 2 more rows, we can finish our pattern. I'm sorry, we can start our pattern. We will start our pattern at the front side, okay? At the right side, that's important. It's going to be a 4-row repeat, but the first 2 rows are just knit stitch and purl stitch. So it's quite easy, trust me. This is an easy pattern. Okay, so I'm at the right side, okay? And these are the 2 last stitches. So to have good looking border, I will knit them. Okay. So, first row of garter stitch is completed. Now I turn back. And this is my wrong side. At the wrong side, I slip the first two, I purl the whole round, and the last two, I do purl stitch. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so here we are. What we did is this part. I made it one row smaller because this is a smaller pattern. Okay, so we finished this part and we will start the pattern now. We need to start the pattern on the front side. Okay, remember that. So the pattern is a 4-row repeat, and the first row is just knit stitch. But when you're doing just knit stitch, it means these first two and this first two, those are for the borders. So you do knit stitch with the remaining, okay? With these two and these two, you keep doing what we agreed at the beginning for the borders. The first two you slip, and the last two you knit at the front side and you purl at the back side, okay? But for the remaining, the first row is only knit stitch. So let's do that together. Let's do the first row of our pattern. So I slip and slip, and I do knit stitch. For the remaining, although this is a 4-row repeat pattern, the 2 rows are just so easy. Just don't get intimidated because it's a 4-row pattern. It's very fun and easy. Okay, so the stitches that were for the pattern are finished. Now these are for the border, and because we're at the front side and these are the last two, those are going to be knit. 1 knit and 2 knit. So the first row of our pattern is completed. We turn back, and this is going to be the second row of our pattern. So what do we do for the border? Slip, slip. Let's do that. Okay. The second row of our pattern is just purl stitch. I told you it was easy. So you're going to purl all the way around up to here. And these two are for the border. And because at the back side, we are going to purl the last two. So it's just going to be purl all along. Okay, let's do that. Purl stitch all the way. And we already have half of the pattern finished. Now we're going to have some fun. So the last two is for the borders. We're at the wrong side, at the back side. And at the back side, we purl the last two. Yes. Okay. We turn around. This is how it looks for now. Now the fun part, okay? The same with the border. Let's do the border. We're going to slip, 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 and slip. Now we're going to take our yarn and we're going to wrap it around like this. Okay, let's do it again. Wrap it around, okay? And end up with your yarn at the front of your needle. Wrap around, and in the end, you have the yarn at the front. And you enter the first stitch and the next one. Enter 2 stitches together. And you purl those 2 together. Okay, so what we're doing is, here we increase by 1, and here we decrease by 1. Okay, so we end up with the same number of stitches. Yarn, you wrap your yarn around, okay, and You enter the first stitch and the second stitch together, and you purl those two together. Wrap your yarn around, purl two together. Wrap your yarn around and purl two together. Wrap your yarn around, purl two together. Wrap your yarn around. We're almost there. Purl two together. Wrap your yarn around, and the last two, those together. So you don't wrap your yarn around because first we increased and then we decreased, okay? So this is finished. So you finish by purling two around. You don't wrap your yarn again, okay? This is how you finish. Now, for the border, we're at the front side, correct? These are the last two stitches. So what do we do with them? We knit them. Knit one, knit two. So this was row 3 of our pattern, and this is the look you should have on your needle, okay? Like little X's here. This is how it should look. So you turn your work around. The first two is for the borders, and that is a slip and slip. You do that. Then, now you have these normal stitches and these ones that we just wrapped our yarn around, the increasing stitches, okay? So the normal stitches we're going to purl, and these wrapped around ones, these increased ones, we're going to knit. So that is how we're going to complete this row, okay? So the first one here is a normal stitch. As you can see, it's a normal one. So I knit that. I'm sorry, I purled that. This one here, you see the difference? It's an increased one, right? It comes like an X. Not like an X, but you know what I mean. So you knit that. You purl the normal and knit this increased stitch. You purl. So what you do is actually you start with purl and go one purl, one knit. That's what you do. And you knit. You purl the normal stitch and you knit this increased one. Okay. So you finish this row like this until the final two, of course. Okay, so the last one here, as you can see, is an increased one. So so you start with a purl and you finish with a knit, okay? So that's how you can check if you're doing it right. And the last two, what do we do? This is the back side of our project. And the last two, we purl for the border. Okay, so this is now complete, okay? This pattern is now complete, and this is how it looks. So now we're going to repeat it. So we will repeat, leaving these borders out. Let me talk, leaving these borders out. We will start by doing one knit, turn back, one purl, turn back, increase by one, purl two, increase by one, purl two together. Okay. And then the fourth row, we will do purl the regular stitch and knit the increased stitch. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this is how it looks, finishing the second round, and this is how it will look when you keep on doing this, okay? So this is a 4-row pattern. I start with garter stitch, okay? And I kind of take care of the borders by a very simple rule, okay, which I explained. And the first row is knit stitch. The second row is purl stitch, okay? The third row is you wrap your yarn around and purl two together. And the fourth row is you purl the regular stitch and knit the increased stitch. Just hit the like button, and if you have any comments, please share below. I love reading and answering the comments. And consider subscribing to my channel. I hopefully will finish this blanket before the baby comes. Another one of my friends is again pregnant, and I'll try to post a video or a photo of this beautiful blanket on the channel as well. Okay, see you guys. Thank you for watching.